So, good day to you, who are those who are viewing my channel today. I will give you some easy inputs on how you will start learning SketchUp. Doesn't matter what version you are using, but of course, it is better that you use at least 2024 or higher. So, to start it with, we will click on SketchUp 2024. Okay, so there are possible options that you can choose, but I prefer the centimeters. I don't usually use millimeters because uh, it's too what you call this, precise, rather than using centimeters or meters. Okay, so we click on centimeters. So we now have our IDE, or the environment of SketchUp. So this is just a reference. This person is just a reference of the usual height of a normal person. So as of now, we will delete this first so that we can navigate without distraction. Okay, so this is the view in perspective. Okay, so again, the lesson for today is about creating a simple cube. Okay, why I chose the simple cube? It's because it is the fundamental. Okay, it is the fundamental stage to create more complex. I believe that it all started, or some of the designs, especially architecture and engineering, it starts with a cube. Okay, so there is a camera here on the menu, so you have to click the camera, and as you can see, it is selected as perspective. So for this kind of lesson, it is better to use parallel projection, and then under camera again, go to standard view. Okay, so click top. Okay, as you can see, uh, the blue axis, which is the height, disappeared. Okay, so we'll go to top again, so it disappeared. So by the way, we'll go back to parallel perspective, and I'll show you and I'll explain to you this axis. Okay, the blue axis refers to uh, the height of the model. Okay, so for example, we will create a circle, or sorry, a square. Okay, so we will create a square. So as you can see, this red line is the axis wherein the width is projected. So we will choose this dimension for us to view that the model, the square model, is about 155.8 centimeter in width. Okay, so I will delete this so we can start. By the way, the green axis is the depth. Okay, the depth. It will start from the front up to the rear part of your model. So as a start to create your uh, cube, we will use uh, the tape measure tool, and it is found on the leftmost part. Okay, so click here. So put the uh, portion of the tape measure here and drag. Okay, so you can specify the width of the guide that you will use. So as of now, we will use 100 centimeters, so which is equivalent to 1 meter. Then press enter. So as you can see, I have inputted 100 here. Okay, let's do it again. So from this portion, I have dragged this, and it is to 7.1 cm, and by pressing your keyboard 100 and then press enter, it will automatically adjust from this green axis up to this guide, which will give us 100 centimeters. Okay, so again, from here naman going to here, it is 100 centimeter also. So we now have a guide on our on our bottom part. So we will now create a guide now for from the bottom part of the front view up to the top view. So again, yeah, you can navigate here and then click. So again, it is a blue line, meaning it traces and follows the blue axis. So from the bottom up to the top, I will press 100 cm also. Okay, so we have now a guide, and we will now create from the top to the bottom. Okay, so we now have a guide. So again, we will create a guide again from this side up to this side. Be careful, it changes. Okay, the axis changes as you navigate. So once you have noticed that the arrow is on red, it will follow the red axis. So again, input 100, and then we have now a guide here. Now from the front up to the back, we will use the green axis again, and then input 100. So we now have the bottom part. Okay, you can check by using the orbit. Okay, see, you can see that we have already a guide. Okay, so we still have to create a guide on the blue part or the blue axis. So from here going to here, we now have the guide. So using the orbit function again, okay, to check, now we will create a guide from the top to the bottom on the right side. So from here, we will create 100, and another one is 100 again. So using the orbit again to check, so we already have a guide now. So we will now create a guide again from the front, going to the rear part in the green axis. So another use of the tape measure tool. So from here, another 100. Okay, So from the other side, okay, we will create, no, no, we will have to use the other angle. So from here, green 100, okay, so we already have our guide. So from here to here, 100. So let us check if we have our guide. Okay, I think our guide is already complete. So we can now start creating our simple cube using the rectangle tool found on the left side of your toolbar. So click on this and trace it. Just follow. Okay. So we have now created our front face of our cube. So we will now create the other sides again by using this from here up to here, and then click, then the other side from here up to here. Now we will create the rear face. Observe when I finish creating this back face, it will automatically close. Okay, you see the difference? Okay, sorry. So, okay, so it automatically closes already. You can delete, just simply selecting the face and then click delete, and now you can see that our box now is open. So this is a simple way to create a cube. Now you might be wondering why others create a cube very easily. It is because of this extrude, push and pull tool. Okay, this is the extrude tool. So we will create a cube, same size but different strategy. So from here we will select. So since that the dimension of the square is 100 here and 100 here, so we will drag this. So as you can see at the bottom part of the dimension, it's 70.2 cm by 59 cm. So by simply typing 100 and then comma and then 100, it will automatically set to 100 cm by 100 cm when you enter. Okay, so when I enter it, it is now 100 cm. So the height, as you can see, if we specify the height, it's 100. Just go on to the push and pull tool, which is the extrude tool, and place the extrude tool on your model, and then drag it upward and then enter 100 cm, and you have now created your cube. Okay, this is the ones that we created before using the manual or the basic drawing, and this cube now is done on a faster manner using the push and pull, or should I say the extrude tool. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. I hope that you have learned one of the basics. See you again on our next tutorial.